Imagine stepping into a cave so massive, so intricate, that it feels like an entirely different world. A place so large that it has its own ecosystem, complete with a thriving forest, a winding river, and even its own clouds. Sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, right? Well, this is the reality inside the largest cave on Earth, and it's a hidden marvel waiting to be explored. This cave, located in the heart of Vietnam, is known as Hang Son Doong. With a length of over 5 miles, a height that could accommodate an entire skyscraper, and a width so vast that it holds an entire forest within its chambers, it's unlike anything you've ever imagined. Inside, the ecosystem is so self-contained that it's home to plant life, animals, and even its own weather patterns. It's a world within a world. So how did this cave form? What kind of life exists within it? And what mysteries still lie hidden in its depths? In this video, we're going to take you on an extraordinary journey into Hang Son Doong, exploring its secrets, the breathtaking beauty it holds, and why it's considered one of the greatest natural wonders on the planet. Get ready for a deep dive into the largest, most incredible cave ever discovered. Discovery and size. The largest cave on Earth, Hang Son Doong, is located in Vietnam's Phong Nha Bang National Park. It was discovered in 1991 by a local man named Ho Con, but it wasn't until 2009 that a team of British cavers, led by Howard and Deb Limbert, fully explored and documented it. This cave isn't just big, it's awe-inspiring. The dimensions alone make it stand out. Hang Son Doong spans over 5.5 miles, 9 kilometers in length, and reaches up to 660 feet, 200 meters in height, with certain sections wide enough to house a 40-story skyscraper. It's almost as though the cave itself is a subterranean world, with its own ecosystem thriving deep within. Hang Son Doong's immense size challenges the very idea of what we think caves should be. Its size is almost otherworldly, and scientists and explorers alike have marveled at its capacity. The first time the full scale of this cavern was documented, the cave was recognized as the largest in the world. Its chambers are so vast that sunlight often doesn't reach the interior, leaving it in a permanent twilight that is both mysterious and mesmerizing. An underground forest. One of the most extraordinary aspects of Hang Son Doong is the lush forest that thrives inside. Unlike anything you might expect from a cave, this underground forest is a fully functioning ecosystem. The forest is filled with dense vegetation, ferns, moss, and even large trees that stand tall in the gloom. These trees, with their towering trunks, create an almost surreal landscape, surrounded by the thick mist that swirls in the cooler, damp air of the cave. The plants receive their sustenance not from the sun above, but from the water that filters through the cave's walls. The forest inside Hang Son Doong has been likened to something straight out of a fantasy novel. Biologists have even discovered that the flora here is unique, evolving to thrive in the cave's specific conditions. The ecosystem exists due to a combination of constant humidity, low light levels, and the nutrients provided by the water that flows through the cave. The vegetation has adapted in ways that make it look and feel completely alien to our typical understanding of how plants should behave. Some scientists believe that the cave's plant life has been isolated for millions of years, evolving independently from other ecosystems on the surface. The underground forest isn't just a stunning sight. It also holds clues to understanding how life can thrive in extreme environments. The cave's constant temperature, relatively stable ecosystem, and strange but thriving plant life offer a fascinating glimpse into the adaptability of nature and the resilience of living organisms. The river and water features. As if the forest wasn't enough, Hang Son Doong also contains a river that flows through the cave's passages. The underground river is one of the most significant features of the cave, carving through its expansive chambers and shaping the cavern's structure over time. In fact, the river is so large that it has formed its own subterranean ecosystem, with fish and other aquatic life thriving in its waters. The river itself flows into a vast subterranean lake, the size of which is still not fully known, and it's believed that the water sources come from nearby mountain ranges. This water is crystal clear and icy cold, providing a refreshing contrast to the humidity of the cave air. The river also serves as the lifeblood for the cave's ecosystem, replenishing the underground forest and creating an environment where life can thrive despite the lack of sunlight. For cavers and adventurers, navigating the river adds another layer of excitement to the exploration of Hang Son Doong. The water, while cold and often challenging to navigate, adds a sense of mystery and adventure to the experience. It's a reminder that even in the depths of the earth, life continues to find its way, just as it does on the surface. The clouds, a natural phenomenon. Perhaps the most surreal feature of Hang Son Doong is the presence of clouds within the cave. Unlike most caves, which are damp and musty, Hang Son Doong experiences regular cloud formations within its massive chambers. These clouds are a natural phenomenon that occurs due to the combination of warm air from the cave's underground river and the cooler, denser air higher up in the cavern's chambers. The clouds add an almost mystical element to the cave. They drift across the cave's massive chambers, often shrouding the landscape in a mysterious, foggy veil. The clouds are particularly prominent near the cave's entrances, where the cave opens to the outside world, allowing the cooler outside air to mix with the warmer cave air. This creates a perfect condition for the formation of clouds, something that adds to the cave's already otherworldly atmosphere. This foggy, ethereal landscape has become a highlight for explorers. The shifting clouds, combined with the dim light and the dense vegetation, create a dramatic, ever-changing scene that adds an element of unpredictability to the cave's exploration. Unique wildlife. In addition to its lush underground flora, Hang Son Doong is home to an astonishing variety of wildlife, many species of which exist nowhere else on Earth. While caves typically harbor familiar nocturnal residents like bats and blind salamanders, Son Doong's vast, untouched expanse supports an ecosystem of life forms that are both incredibly rare and scientifically significant. Researchers exploring its depths have identified previously unknown species of insects, amphibians, and even mammals, many of which have evolved distinct traits that help them survive in extreme subterranean conditions. These creatures have adapted to the cave's remote, high humidity, and pitch-black environment in fascinating ways. Some insects, for example, have completely lost their eyesight, an evolutionary shift common among species that spend their entire lives in total darkness. Others possess heightened sensory adaptations that allow them to detect movement, vibrations, and scent in the absence of light. The underground river, too, supports aquatic species like blindfish that have developed to survive in low-oxygen, nutrient-sparse waters. One of the most intriguing findings has been the discovery of mammalian species that seem to echo characteristics of ancient ancestors. These elusive creatures, some believed to be relic species that have persisted in isolation for millennia, offer a unique window into evolutionary biology. Their presence turns Hang Son Doong into more than just a cave. It becomes a living museum, revealing glimpses of how life on Earth may have looked in prehistoric times. Access and tourism. Despite its grandeur, Hang Son Doong remains a relatively inaccessible location. Getting to the cave requires a multi-day trek through the jungles of Vietnam's Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park. The journey is arduous, with visitors needing to climb, trek, and cross the underground river before they can even begin exploring the cave itself. Only a handful of tourists are allowed to visit each year, and the experience is typically reserved for those who can afford the hefty price tag and are prepared for an intense adventure. However, tourism is strictly regulated to protect the delicate ecosystem within the cave. To preserve the cave's unique environment and prevent damage from over-tourism, only a small number of guided tours are allowed each year. These tours provide an exclusive opportunity to witness a place that few people will ever see in person, adding to the allure of Hang Son Doong as a destination for adventurers and nature enthusiasts alike. The tours are designed to limit the environmental impact, with careful monitoring of visitor numbers and strict guidelines about where tourists can walk or touch. These efforts ensure that the cave's fragile ecosystem is preserved for future generations, maintaining its status as one of the world's most incredible natural wonders. Conservation efforts. Conservation efforts for Hang Son Doong are critical, given the fragile and unique ecosystem within the cave. Recognized as one of the most significant and rare cave ecosystems on Earth, its preservation has become a top priority for both the Vietnamese government and international conservation organizations. The cave's vast size, subterranean river, lush forest, and delicate wildlife require careful monitoring to ensure that human activity does not harm the delicate balance of life thriving within it. To safeguard the cave's future, scientists and environmentalists collaborate to study its flora, fauna, and geological features. They gather data on how these organisms interact and adapt to the cave's unique conditions, helping to anticipate and mitigate any potential threats. The ecosystem within Hang Son Doong is not only rare, but incredibly sensitive to changes, making it susceptible to damage from tourism, pollution, or climate change. Conservation measures include limiting access to only a small number of guided tours each year to minimize the impact on the environment. Tourists are carefully guided along designated paths, and strict rules are in place to prevent disturbances to the cave's ecosystem. These efforts ensure that Hang Son Doong's beauty and biodiversity are preserved, allowing future generations to witness one of Earth's most extraordinary natural wonders. Final thoughts. Hang Son Doong is more than just a cave. It's a testament to the power of nature, showing how life can thrive in the most unlikely of places. From its vast size and underground forest to its river, clouds, and unique wildlife, this cave represents a world all its own. As exploration and conservation efforts continue, we can only hope that this incredible underground wonder will be preserved, allowing future generations to experience its awe-inspiring beauty. Hang Son Doong isn't just a cave. It's an entire universe unto itself, tucked away in the Earth's core. The combination of its vastness, the ecosystem it houses, and the awe-inspiring natural beauty it possesses makes it a place that defies logic and fills us with wonder. It's a reminder of how much of our planet still remains unexplored, hidden beneath the surface, waiting to reveal its incredible secrets. But even with the advancements in technology and exploration, parts of this cave remain unreachable, untouched by human hands, and still shrouded in mystery. As we continue to study Hang Son Doong, who knows what new discoveries await us within its immense chambers? What do you think? Would you ever venture into a place like this? Or is the idea of such an enormous, unexplored cavern a bit too intimidating? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe for more amazing adventures into the world's greatest natural wonders. And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a journey into the unknown. Until next time, keep exploring. And remember, there's always more to discover just beneath the surface.